I'm
Um,
confused. She thought
I'm also confused. I mean, we have Ethiopian Jews. Why did she have to choose an Ethiopian who's not Jewish, who can barely speak English? We have a lot of educated Ethiopian Jews in Israel she could have chosen and remained within the area at least of her own religious group. This woman says she's a writer and an editor, a freelance writer and editor, and then she chooses a man who can hardly speak English. I'm very confused. And why does the mother even have to interrogate? I mean, clearly the attraction between these people is not based on an understanding, but it's based on a physical level of which one cannot explain. But if she indeed is interested in writing and editing, you would expect her to choose somebody who's articulate and able to express himself in a language they can both understand. But she's having a child with a person who doesn't have money, can hardly speak English, and is not of her own religious group at all, and lives in one of the poorest countries in the world. So what is the attraction? I guess she's seeking adventure. That's my bottom line. And the mother is wasting her time interrogating him about his previous marriage or whatever. Um, she has to understand. She says, I don't want to let my baby go. This woman is an adult. And this is the problem. The mother doesn't get that when your daughter has a baby, she's an adult. And she should be able to make her own mistakes and reach conclusions and make her own life experience without the mother being a helicopter mother looking out for her and paying for everything, because she's going to end up paying for everything, and the price for it is the dependency, the inability of the daughter to actually become an adult, and just she's going to have like a baby her whole life to finance. It's what happened with my mother. My sister kept choosing horrible men. One an alcoholic, the other one was like all kinds of mental issues. His whole family, and then she had children that were with a lot of difficulties. You need extra support. She kept giving her money, more money, and more money. And yes, she lives in luxury at the moment, but luxury that she don't deserve. That came out of my share because I had to be the adult, even though I'm the youngest in the family. I had to give up the money for these money hungry siblings who were constantly milking the mother for money. And so when I see this, I'm absolutely disgusted.
you were talking to other women,
Yeah.
and she didn't like that.
I tell her I'm sorry.
So why is she even poking her nose? Why is she intervening in the relationship? That's what I
for
don't get.
everything.
Me commando, Mom.
I didn't do anything. But she left and then she blocked me.
Well, did she have a reason?
No, this is the reason.
This man works as a dancer. Yes, he works as a dancer in one of the poorest countries in the world, and he's going to support a family on that. And the other point being is he can hardly speak English. So what do? Have meaningful relation talks about what? And the girl is an editor.
No reason? But don't you wonder what happened?
She looks like Benjamin
Janice, she
Netanyahu.
have a lot of question for me, but we have like bad communication with us. It's hard for me.
He's very cute, that's for sure. But for an editor and a writer, I don't know why you would choose someone. I guess maybe it kind of maybe compliments her. Maybe she thinks a lot and she's very intellectual and she needs someone very simple and more in touch with himself, his body or whatever. I don't know.
Let me just ask you a question. You were married to an American. You find another American, and now you're having a baby with another American. I mean, is your plan to come to the United States?
Oh, of course not. He would like to live in this poor country where he can eat flies.
No,
With an American wife?
Absolutely not.
Because it's so
So
much
what's your
fun.
plan with
Africa
marriage?
is so much fun.
Yeah, we need to rent in like guest house.
Okay, so that's the next question.
Yeah.
So now this is going to cost money. You know, if you get a regular apartment and you don't live in squat.
Look how she smiles when she says money. And when people have stereotypes about Jews, this is where it comes from. People like her. I mean, she can't imagine how a life of a person can be not focused around money. And maybe this is the key to why the daughter chooses a poor man, because maybe she's tired of being raised on money, money, money.
I'm working like right and like my job like dancing. Then I will start like singing.
Oh, that's great.
So is that going to support an apartment, a baby, food?
Yeah.
You're going to be
What
supporting
do you
the
think,
body.
Ari? Are you okay? You're so quiet today.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm feeling overwhelmed and realizing we haven't established ourselves. We're not really sure what we need to spend money.
Well, that Cole's growing up. And of all the guys you could have chosen in LA, Jewish rich guys, I mean, you chose this. Oh, African Americans. There are many African Americans or Ethiopian Jews. Why did you choose somebody out, a complete stranger?
You're going to be calling me and Dad if you need something?
No, I don't want to be dependent on you, Mom.
Oh, no, you don't want to be dependent on you, Mom. That's why you marry a man who can't financially support even himself.
I'm worried that a lot of the financial burden will fall on me. I support myself mainly doing freelance writing and editing.
Well, that's why I marry somebody who can hardly speak English.
The last thing I want to do is be dependent upon my parents.
Well,
This could be a big problem.
Well, if it's the last thing you want to do is be dependent on your parents, then choose a man who actually can help you support your child, because I don't see that happening.
This is the deal there. I don't know whether what he's doing is going to be able to support you. She gave up a very privileged life
Yes.
to come here and stay with
Baby,
you
no
in
privilege
Ethiopia.
means?
Like
She's like asking him, like, what is she going to be, an English teacher? She should teach English instead of teach one man.
good life. Like
Where she had everything she needed.
yeah.
I'm still apprehensive about Minion's ability to understand what Ariella needs. I don't want to leave my baby here. So
Well, that's the point. She's not a baby. She's a grown woman having a baby. So maybe the problem is you don't understand what your daughter needs. She's looking to be a mother and a wife, but she's just doing it with someone who cannot support her, which means you're going to be supporting both of them, the three of them, or the four of them, or how many children she's going to have with him.
100%.
Get her on,
So one of the things that I'm
and let's look
confusion
at
about
him.
what happened.
It's like the girls. Someone she's not happy with that.
Great. A man who can hardly talk.
So he works here like every night?
Every day.
How much of a living can you make it working in a club like this?
I don't know exactly.
Money that matters.
There is other options.
I don't know, Mom. You'd have to ask him.
I mean, this has to be the nightmare of every Jewish mother's life.
እኔ በእኔና በአሪ በኩል እንደዚህ የቅናት የአንዳንድ ነገር እንዳይፈጠር በፊት ከነበረኝ ፕሮ ላይፍ I want to show for my dance for Ari and Ari mother.
Who is this person he's dancing with?
Oh, this is great.
For how long was he his girlfriend?
He is inviting his mother-in-law and his bride, or I don't know if they married, to watch him dance with his ex-girlfriend. Like a go-go dance.
Oh my God, she is really cute.
Thanks, Mom. You're supposed to be on my side.
I am on your side. Gotta watch out here.
She really is a good dancer. He's not bad
Especially when he's
himself.
dancing at night and you're home alone.
Home alone. So, yeah, the other way. That means Americans who choose to live America. Well, maybe you should change the government and then you can marry Americans again. Because they have plenty of African Americans to marry. You don't have to go to Africa for that. I don't know. I married a stranger, and let me tell you, a foreigner, not a stranger. Both. Didn't work out, mostly because of intercultural differences, mostly because he had a lot of personality problems, mostly because there were so many misunderstandings that are mentioned in this series. It's really looking for trouble when you marry a person completely from another culture. Anyway, I better go to work. So peace, light, and love, and enjoy.